Hey everyone, this is Sonia Blade and you're listening to What's Up, Sonia Blade, and welcome to my takeaway. Well, by now, I'm sure some of you know a little bit about my story, my struggles with health, my journey to health, my love for art, and life. So I wanted to switch it up a bit and talk a little bit about something else. I was actually contemplating if I should make this a topic. Is it something that people want to hear? Is it a little bit too depressing? But on the flip side of that, I feel like people do need to hear about this because it's a reality. And also, I feel like I just want others to know that they're not alone. So I wanted to talk about one of my hardest battles that I've faced over the last few years. And that battle is my role as a caregiver to my mom. I'm not going to lie, this topic makes me feel very vulnerable. And it's very hard for me. That's why I was contemplating if I should even bring it up at all. But like I said before, it's just part of life. It's a reality. Most of us are going to go through this at some point. So if I can help somebody through this, I'm doing my job. When we look at our parents, our guardians, family, the people who've raised us, we look at them as like indestructible. You never think that anything is going to happen to them. At least that's how I look at it from my point of view. I mean, for most of my life, my mom hardly got sick. She had a sniffle, she would make some bush tea concoction or rub some Vicks on her chest, and there you go. She was all new the next day and ready to go. But the reality of that is we're all going to get old. We can't escape it. It's just life. But it's so hard watching someone that you love so much decline every day. My mom, she has dementia, and it's been her battle for the last 3 years. There are times where I am physically, mentally, and just emotionally drained. There are times where I feel like I have absolutely nothing left in me. I've given up so much, and at times it's been a huge challenge dealing with my own health issues. It's been a lonely road, and it's so easy to neglect yourself. But what it's done is made me strong in ways I can't imagine. It's made me brave enough to share my story. I've cried many tears, but honestly, I have no regrets. At the end of the day, I could say I was there. If you're not careful, it is really easy to burn out. And that is why you got to put your health first, your physical and your mental health first. So I just want to share some tips that is getting me through these hard moments. My first tip is to find your support system. It's those people who can get you through the hard moments that make the biggest difference. Maybe it's in the form of therapy. Therapy is great. It will provide you with the tools you need. It could be a group of friends, meeting with a group of people, or a friend. I have a dear friend who's going through something very similar, so we can always relate to each other. But find that support, because it will help you along the way. Tip number 2, make goals for yourself. Making goals just gives you purpose outside of your caregiving role. This podcast was a goal that I set for myself, something to work towards. It didn't matter if I had 2 listeners. I just wanted to be able to put something together and get it out there. But the goal doesn't have to be as ambitious as a podcast. It could be organizing your closet, or maybe a workout goal. Maybe it's you're setting a goal to walk a certain amount of miles per week. As long as it makes you happy and it gives you a sense of purpose, do it. Tip number 3, prioritize you. Look, there are going to be times when you feel like you got to carry the world on your shoulders. It's all about go, go, go. And suddenly you forget about yourself. But if you don't stop and take a moment to smell the roses, you're gonna burn out. I sure did. And eventually my mental and physical health paid for it. And it's been a long road to recovery, but thank goodness, thank God, I'm here. I had it explained to me like this once. You know when you're on an airplane and the flight attendants go through the safety procedures, and then they talk about when the gas masks fall, that you put it on yourself first before anybody, before you help anybody, even your own child. And the logic behind that is because if you're not good, you can't help anybody else, period. So hear me loud and clear. Prioritize you, because if your health declines, you're no good to nobody. Tip number 4, get some sleep. Sleep is so important. That's your way of your body restoring back to its factory setting. But most of us, we don't sleep, and that's just leaving a big door open for illness. People with dementia are known to sundown. Basically, wake up at odd hours of the night, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and just ready to go. For me, that was hard because I'm a night owl. I'm the type of person who goes to bed at 1, 2, sometimes 3 in the morning. So to go to bed at those hours and then have your mother sundown at 4 in the morning often left me with 1 or 2 hours sleep. And when you go a good week in that repetition, it will mess you up. So I had to switch things up. I had to start going to bed earlier just to make sure that I'm getting at least a few hours sleep before those sundown moments so that I'm getting some sort of rest rather than no rest at all. I went from a late night to early morning kind of person. But you know what? It works. And sometimes you just got to make those sacrifices in order for you to get through it. My final tip number 5, speak your truth. Don't hold it in. Release it, because eventually it's like a pot that's about to boil over. And you know what happens. When that happens, it's a big mess to clean up. Look, I've spent a lot of time being angry at everything and everyone. You think to yourself, do you really not care? How are you leaving me like this? But then you realize that everyone has their own coping mechanism. No one is psychic, so you can't expect everyone to understand what you're going through. The truth is, until you go through it, you'll never understand. But you'll realize that as you speak your truth, you'll see how many people actually open up their doors for you. I used to think, why me? Why am I the chosen one? Why am I the one who had to give up my life? But you know what? God works in mysterious ways. Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes everything has to be taken away from you for you to appreciate what you actually have. Are you living your life to its fullest? Are you living in your purpose? I think about that every day now. So before I let you all go, I just wanted to share this story. It's something that I'll never forget. In 2015, my mom had colon cancer and she had to get surgery. Now, thank God she recovered, but going through it at that time, it was really hard for me to see her in pain like that. I decided to send a text message to somebody who's very close to my heart. You know who you are. I remember being just overwhelmed and saying, I don't know how much more I can take. Now, I don't know if he remembers this. I still have the response on one of my old cell phones. I thought that it was probably one of the most beautiful things that anyone's ever said to me. He said, life and death is a part of life. Your mom would want you to learn from her mistakes and do better, be healthy. So don't let the fire that she lit in you burn out. That has always stayed with me. And on those days where I think that I just don't have it in me, I always think of that. So thank you for those words. So with that said, I just want to say one more thing to all those caregivers who are listening to this right now. You are not alone. You are strong. You are loved. You, my friends, are enough. Just remember, prioritize yourself, take a moment to breathe, and just take it one day at a time. I want to hear from you. If anyone has any tips that they want to add, feel free to write it in the comments or drop me an email. It's Sonia Blade, BLAYDE 6@gmail.com. That's it for now. Thanks for listening. I hope this helps somebody. Stay tuned for another interview coming up next month. And until then, I'll catch you on the flip side. Stay healthy.